Hello, everyone. Good morning to our today's session on Device 42 and Freshworks. Welcome to the session. I'm Vikas Sake, your host for today, and I represent Sectonics. I'm the founder for Sectonics, the distribution company, cybersecurity distribution company. You all are aware of our association with Sectonics. We have been doing Sectonics. Some of you are already been working on many of the Device 42 opportunities with us for long years, right? And Device 42 has been taken over by Freshworks around 1.5, 2 years back. And that merger acquisition is now completed. And now we have entire range of Freshworks solution portfolio also to the offering. Right. So today's session is more about, giving you a larger picture about the number of different opportunities that Freshworks brings to the table, and the newer developments which has taken over last couple of probably 3 to 4 quarters on Device 42 side. Because Device 42 recently we haven't conducted any Device 42 webinar for our partners, and there has been some developments happening on the product side as well. So we'll update you on those developments as well today. Okay. If you can move to the next slide. Yeah. So our today's agenda will be more about introduction to Freshworks. We have our co-host today, Nitesh Shah from Freshworks. Nitesh heads the alliances at Freshworks India, and Nitesh will run you through the overall offerings of Freshworks, what Freshworks is all about, what are their solution offerings and all. And post that, Nitesh will hand it over to Pratik Bhatt. Pratik Bhatt is the solutions engineer for Device 42 at Freshworks. And Pratik will run us through a deep dive session on Device 42 today. And he will also give you a overall overview of the product. So we will run you through the product demo as well. And followed by the takeaway session wherein we'll discuss about the business opportunities, the next steps, what we can take forward. And after that, we'll have a quick round of a Q&A session followed by a quiz. And that quiz will have a surprise element for you all. Okay, so we'll ask some questions, around 10 questions, and top 5 scorers of this quiz will actually win $50 voucher from Freshworks. And all these questions will be around Device 42 and Freshworks today's presentation. So stay tuned, stay focused so that you can address all of those questions quickly and earn this $50 voucher, right? So with this quick introduction, let me hand it over to Nitesh. Nitesh, please take it over and go ahead with your presentation.
Yeah, thank you, Vikas, for setting the stage. Just a quick mic check. I hope I am loud and clear.
Yes, Nitesh, you're okay.
Great. So, good morning, everyone. Once again, a very warm welcome to all our partners and specifically the technology professionals, joining us today. So, on behalf of Freshworks and our valued distribution partner, Sectonics, I'd like to thank each one of you for taking the time to be with us. So today's webinar, which is Freshworks, brings myriad of new possibility for partners, and that's exactly what we are here to explore. So, as many of you know, today's IT environments are becoming increasingly complex. Organizations are managing hybrid infrastructures, multiple cloud environments, thousands of IT assets and growing cybersecurity and compliance requirements. So in this landscape, having accurate visibility into your infrastructure is no longer optional. It's a business necessity, and that's where Device 42 comes in. So today we'll show you, as highlighted by Vikas, how D42 helps organization gain complete visibility into IT assets and infrastructure while also opening up exciting new business opportunity for partners like you. So whether you are already working on IT infrastructure, data center management, IT asset management, CMDB, or looking to expand your portfolio with a high value solution, today's session is designed to provide you practical insight into the opportunity that lies ahead. So over the next hour, we'll introduce you to D42 portfolio, discuss the value it delivers to your customers, showcase its capability, and most importantly, the live demo. So without further ado, let's get started. So as Vikas mentioned, my name is Nitesh Shah, and I manage India partnerships at Freshworks. So my focus is on working closely with our channel ecosystem, which includes distributors, resellers, GSI, and strategic partners to help them build successful business around Freshworks portfolio. And joining me today, we have Pratik Bhatt, our solution engineer for D42. Pratik works closely with customers and partners to help solve complex IT infrastructure challenges and bring deep expertise into D42 capabilities. So later in this session, he'll also walk you through the platform and demonstrate how D42 delivers value in real world enterprise. But before we dive into D42, I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about Freshworks. So, in a world of software giants, Freshworks is definitely the underdog that has turned the tide. So, in just over a decade, we have built a $800 million business, powered by 4,500 employees and loved by 74,000 customers globally. And it's not just about the number. We have earned recognition across the industry, featuring in major peer reviews like G2, Trust Radius, and Gartner Peer Insights, and in multiple markets by top industry analysts, including Gartner, Forrester, and ITC. So this analyst validation reinforces that Freshworks is not only competing at the highest level, but also setting new standards for customer and employee experiences. So, what makes Freshworks work? It started with our roots. We were born in India, but global from day one. So, we are proud to be the first Indian-born SaaS company to be listed on the US Stock Exchange. So, this is a milestone that reflects not only our growth story, but also India's growing influence in the global tech landscape. And from a major hubs, which is Chennai, Bangalore, and Hyderabad, we serve our global customer base. So it is said that you don't win love on logos, you win it on outcomes. And today we have close to 74,000 customers across the globe. Who are trusting us to power their customer and employee experiences. And as you can see, this isn't just limited to one industry. From global giants like Panasonic and Marvel to digital first leaders like you have Razorpay, PhonePe, and Zepto, to some household names like Asian Paints, Mahindra, DMart, Paytm. So we are the silent engine behind their great support. So what's unique is the diversity of our customer base, whether it's retail, BFSI, manufacturing, healthcare, education, logistics, or technology. We have proven that great experiences aren't bound by geography or industry. And here's where partners like you comes in, because this logo didn't happen in isolation. Many of these success stories were possible because of strong collaboration with our channel ecosystem. I'll spend some time on the Freshworks portfolio. So for the people who are attending it for the first time, will get a complete visibility on what all solutions and capabilities we carry. So Freshworks solution is divided into two parts. One is the customer experience side, wherein we enable outstanding customer experiences products such as Freshdesk, Freshchat, Freshsales, and Freshmarketer, basically which help organization to engage, support, and grow their customer base. So our focus for today is on the EX side. So on the EX front, we have Fresh Service, our IT service management platform, which is designed to simplify IT operations, asset management, and knowledge management. We also offer fresh service for business teams, which extends ITSM best practices to non-IT functions like HR, finance, legal, etc. And then Device 42 comes get, with Device 42, customer gets deep visibility into their IT assets and dependencies. So you will notice Fire Hydrant is also part of our employee experience portfolio. Fire Hydrant is one of our recent acquisition, and it's a modern incident management platform that helps engineering team and IT team to respond, manage, and resolve critical incident faster. So in every great organization, there are two things working behind the scenes. One is a solid foundation, and the other is smart brain. So At Freshworks, we call this as a Neo platform and Freddy AI. So think of Neo as the detailed plumbing that runs beneath all our Freshworks products. So it includes marketplace with APIs. That means it is easy to integrate with the tools the customer is already using. So it could be Microsoft 365, Slack, Jira. It is very to integrate, easy to integrate with these tools. Security and admin controls, that means we provide enterprise grade governance and compliance. A unified data layer, that means one customer record, one agent view across all channels. Customers or agent, they did not need to toggle between multiple windows or screens to resolve or answer to any tickets. On the Freddy AI, which is the intelligent layer that sits on top of Neo, Freddy is infused across all the products, offerings. I like to double click on the AI piece. So now that you've seen our portfolio, let's look at how these capabilities come together as a single AI-powered platform for managing the entire, IT state. So at the heart of the platform is Freddy AI, powered by, which is embedded across all our solutions to help organization automate routine tasks, assist service teams with intelligent recommendation, and provide actionable business insights. So Freddy AI delivers value in three ways. The first is AI agents, which autonomously resolve routine requests. AI Copilot, which augments IT team by providing intelligent recommendation and speeding up resolution. And then the AI Insights, which gives business leaders, CIOs, CTOs greater visibility through analytics and actionable intelligence. So together, these AI capabilities, are powered by four critical areas of modern IT, like IT service management, which is through our Fresh service, IT asset management, which is powered by D42, which we'll be covering in today's presentation. IT operation management is strengthened by the fire hydrant part, and then the enterprise service management, wherein I highlighted that we enable service delivery beyond IT for your HR, finance, facilities, and other business functions. So, what brings all this capability together is a single CMDB, which serves as a trusted source of truth for all your IT environment. So, it combined workflows, knowledge management, identity integrations, and then open third-party integration. So, organization can gain complete visibility and control across your IT landscape. So just to wrap up for what is in it for partners. So when you look at this portfolio, what you see is an AI first ecosystem that is integrated, that is scalable, and it is designed to faster time to value. And this is where our partner plays a very critical role, because whether it is advising customers on the right mix of solution, implementing and customizing deployments or extending them to marketplace, partners like you play a very critical role. Uh, I'll also like to cover the integrated connected EX platform part. So as organization grow, managing IT becomes far more than just handling service requests. So it requires a connected platform, so that can manage services, assets, operation, and enterprise workflows. So all of it together, that's exactly what Freshworks delivers. So on the IT service management side, we help organization transform employee support through AI powered self service and omni-channel engagement, and also knowledge management. On the IT operation part, our capabilities help IT teams to proactively monitor their infrastructure health, consolidate alerts and automate major incident responses. This is further, strengthened by our fire hydrant, which is our modern incident management tool. Moving to enterprise service management, it extends the same capabilities beyond IT, like HR, finance, facilities, and all. And finally, the IT asset management part. This is where a D42 plays a strategic role. It enables organization to automatically discover IT assets, maintain an accurate CMDB, manage assets life cycles, and ensure that software licenses and compliances gain complete visibility across on-premise, cloud, and hybrid environments. Now, while Freshworks has a comprehensive portfolio, today's session is intentionally focused on a very strategic solution, that is T42. So, with that context, let's now shift our attention entirely towards that and explore what makes it such a powerful addition to the Freshworks portfolio and the business opportunity that creates it for the partners like you. So, to take us through this journey, I mean, it's my pleasure to introduce my colleague, Pratik Bhatt, who's a solution engineer for D42. Pratik will provide you deeper insights into the platform, its core capabilities, also cover the use cases, and demonstrate how D42 can help organization gain complete visibility into their IT environments. So, with that note, over to you, Pratik.
Thanks much,
Yeah.
Nitesh.
Uh, shall I continue sharing my screen or can I
I will
stop
I
now?
will share my screen.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining this webinar today. And we will be talking about how you can accelerate your IT asset management and how we can provide value from Freshworks to the IT asset management, CMDB, mapping of applications, and a lot more of all of these use cases specifically today, right? So hope all of you are able to all of you are able to listen to me properly. Hope there are no audio disturbances as such. Please let me know if there are any audio disturbances. Also, there is a Q&A section. So if you have any questions, please put in your questions as and when you get that inside the Q&A sections. Me, Vikasji, and Ram, we are all monitoring the Q&A section. So if we have any question there, we will try to address that most possibly live. If not, type a message on the Q&A as an answer as well. So want to keep it as interactive as possible. So please feel free to ask your questions as and when you get that across in our Q&A section. Please feel free to do that accordingly. We'll be sharing my screen. We'll be beginning with a very deep presentation initially on what is device 42, where can you position device 42, and what is the value you can actually get out of device 42, right? And then we will be moving into a demo. Uh, uh, we'll try to cover as much as possible with the time which we have today and ensure that we have some time left for the closure as well. But again, as I said, if you have any questions in between, there is a Q&A section, and we will definitely make sure that it is answered. Okay, everybody, let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, Pratik,
Yes,
it is visible and you're audible also. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you. So what is Device 42, right? So Device 42 is an advanced IT asset management tool that was actually, it was a separate entity, it was a separate company before 2024, right? By the end of 2024, Freshworks acquired it. And this is, literally a really, really good acquisition for us because now we have a complete capability of IT asset management, ITSM, ITOM, and enterprise service management, which Nitesh was actually showing, right? So we have a complete capability of from the onboarding of the resources, how we are able to take that till the sunset of the resources, right? The complete asset lifecycle management can be handled using our Freshservice products. Okay. So very specific to Device 42. Device 42 has more than 20,000 plus users, which are using it across 70 plus countries right now. And we have a very, very great partner ecosystem, right? Across US, Europe, and now in ASEAN and India as well, right? So we are trying to penetrate the markets here, and we really, really would want your help and technical expertise of people like Vikas and all of your team members, right? So we definitely would need this market to be captured with along with your help and along with your technical expertise as such. So the whole point of Device 42 is to get all of the data, IT information, basically the IT asset information into a single pane of glass. Okay. So when I say IT asset information, it can be on-prem, on cloud, public cloud, multi-cloud, hybrid cloud, any type of cloud as such. On-premise as well, any type of on-premise, your the customer's on-premise, co-location on-premise, any types of different types of on-premise locations, and even the endpoints as well, right? Along with if they have any OT types of devices. I understand there are manufacturing units, there are units which have retail shops, etc., wherein there are POS devices, there are CCTV cameras, different types of OT devices as well, right? UPS devices, etc., which might be connected to network. So consider it as anything basically that has an IP address. Is we are able to inventorize that to a certain level and ensure that that is on the customer's CMDB. Okay, so that is the whole point of device 42. So globally, we have a huge customer base. As I said, we have a really good penetration into different markets in US and Europe, right? Because Device 42 was a US-based company initially, and we acquired it, as I said. So we are moving a lot into ASEAN and APMEA market right now. So please feel free to use our global customers, which we have, and as a reference, and ensure that you move into these markets as well. So Device 42 being an on-premise and self-hosted platform, which I'll be talking about, we have a really, really good penetration in BFSI segments, government segments, federal segments, segments which are really, really tough to penetrate into and which are very security oriented, right? So we have penetration into those markets as well. So I would really, really urge you to ensure that you go through this webinar in a very deep manner, very contented and a very intended manner, and ensure that you get a KT on how we do this, right? So there are also customers who use Device 42 plus Freshservice, which is our ITAM and ITSM platform together, right, to get more value, as I said. Asset lifecycle management, procurement management, contract management, etc. So we are really able to do a lot of things using the combined platforms of Device 42 and Freshservice. Now we also have Device 42's capabilities built on Freshservice going forward as well, right? So we are building this on our SaaS platform. So Freshservice, if the customer gets Freshservice post April 1st, 2026, which is already on, you will be getting Device 42's capability inside Freshservice itself by de facto method, right? So that is also possible. But we are definitely, there is a parity which we are able to trying to manage that right now, which we will be going forward by 2027. That parity will also be closed. But Device 42 plus Freshservice, I think, is a really good combination wherein customers can get a lot of value out of it from the IT asset management and ITSM perspective. All right, moving into Device 42 specifically, right? So how does this work and how we are actually positioned is what we have to really concentrate on today. So Device 42 is as I said, is an agentless IT discovery platform, which is self-hosted, right? So these are not really easy words. These are really great technology that we have built in over the years, right? So when I say agentless IT discovery platform, we do not have to induce agents on each of the laptops or each of the servers, devices, etc., as our competitors are doing today in the market, right? So we are able to do an agentless method where we discover your complete IT, the customer's complete IT, using just a network-wide or a subnet-wide scan, which we are able to do through our architectural technology. So this will really uncomplicate things for customers. The architecture and the deployment of this really will be very easy, and we can implement this much faster than most of our competitors that do implementation in this type of an environment, right? Along with that, this is also an on-premise self-hosted platform. So when I say on-premise self-hosted platform, any of the data that gets logged or collected will be inside the customer's environment with their control, right? So we do not have any control. Sectonics or the people who go ahead and implement that do not have any agility or control over the data as such. Only the customer will have their data inside their subnet. So this will be really, really helpful when you're talking with customers like BFSI sectors, security-based sectors who are really pushy on security and who really want everything on premise as CMDB. So with this, we provide a CMDB environment. We discover all the IT infrastructure, provide a single source of truth for the customers. We even discover legacy infrastructure, which I'll be talking about. And we make the complete IT asset management really easy. We not only provide this inventory management, right? We also map this together, right? So we say, hey, you have a web server, and how is this web server connecting to maybe a database server or maybe a different other server which you are using, right? So from an application perspective, let's say a customer has a website, right? And that website might be built from multiple servers, multiple different types of structures that they might be using. So they can capture all of these connections, dependencies of how this website or web application is actually built from an infrastructure perspective using device 42. And this will really, really help them when they have to do change management, migrations, incident management, problem management, etc. When they're performing all of these, right? So it's really helpful for them to reduce their mean time to repair, ensure that they migrate applications properly from one place to another, and they know all the upstreams and downstream information accurately so that they can take better business decisions. Okay. Along with this, are really the core of this is basically the integration, right? So you can use device 42 as a hub, right? You can use it as a hub to connect it to different platforms. For example, let's say a customer wants automated OS or automated OS pushing of the new OSs or pushing of new patches, etc. from their RMM, right? How do they create a workflow? So you can use device 42 to ensure that they have all the IT requirements, IT analysis that they have done as a basis foundation, connect it to their RMM tool, and create a workflow. So there are webhooks, there are alerts and notifications that are available on device 42, which you are able to use and create that workflow. So once you create that workflow, the process for the customer will get automated. So let's say, for example, they have Windows 10 today on a lot of their systems and they want to move to Windows 11, right? They don't want any Windows 10 and it's not compliant in their environment. So what do? They can really see how many systems have Windows 10 right now on device 42, create a webhook to their RMM tool or the MDM tool that they are using, right? Tell that identify wherever there is Windows 10, upgrade it to Windows 11. And this workflow can be automated and ensure that it happens automatically whenever they encounter a new Windows 10 device. Okay. So this will really, really help the customers to ensure that they get automatic upgrades, and they also use our integrations to enrich the value of other tools as well. So really, our secret sauce is these pillars, right? So agentless discovery using protocols, fully automated CMDB management, ensuring that we have enriched values of end of life, end of support, a lot of different other themes like, whether your software is perpetual license, what is it based on, whether it's user-based, whether it's, different types of core-based license, etc. We can find all of this automatically and provide it to you in a single pane of glass. Along with this, we have multiple tool capability as well, right? So you might have seen different tools in the market today. So there might be IT asset management, there is a different tool. CMDB, there is a different tool. You have to combine these tools, provide a channel in order to make them talk, integrate them, etc. Right? So ours is not like that. It's very simple. It's very easy. Everything is built on a single platform, and you can select the module that you want to actually cater to. It is a modular based infrastructure. So if the customer wants IT asset management as a use case, we give that. If the customer wants a data center inventory management as use case, we give that along with IT asset management, right? So we provide this according to the requirement of the customer on a single pane of glass. We have IP address management, IT asset management, data center inventory management, where customers can like literally build their data centers inside device 42, which I will be showing you, right? So all of these capabilities are inside the same tool, inside the same management platform. So really, device 42, as I said, can be a complete discovery hub for a customer, at the core of their IT, ensuring that they get the complete foundations right and they integrate this with different types of tools to get more value out of this. So hope all of these initial basic queries are taken care of. Any questions that we have on Q&A right now?
Nothing as of now, Pratik.
Perfect. Moving into the technology part of it, right? So this is the breadth of discovery that we do using device 42. Automatically, we are able to discover all these things inside the infrastructure, right? And when I say these things, it is not restricted to these. These are the main things that we discover, but anything basically with an IP address is really discoverable. There is one question which Deepak has asked. Device 42 includes patch management. Great question. So as of now, no, device 42 does not include patch management. As I said, you have to integrate this with your RMM tool, create a workflow for patch management where you can automate patch management right now. But we are getting patch management as one of the capability in our roadmap, which will be available by end of 2027 is what we are guessing. So it is really in our roadmap as such.
At this moment, what we do is the patch discovery. So we can get you visibility of what OS patch is running on which hardware. But we don't really push the patch. So as it's a non-intrusive tool, it's a automated discovery tool. We don't really push the patches on the endpoint, but we do give you visibility of all the existing patches on the devices which we are discovering.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for the point that you added, Jagashji. So anything literally from your data center to your endpoint, right? Even the smaller parts of data center, actually, the PDUs, the patch panels that you have inside data center, the bezels, everything is, you can inventorize all of this on device 42. Your network switches, routers, firewalls, ACLs, all of that is also basically discoverable by device 42. If the customer has a lot of storage, like Pure Storage, HP, IBM Storage, NetApp, Dell PowerScale, Isilon, etc., NAS, SAN, DAS, object storage, all of these, right? So we are able to definitely discover them automatically. And not only that, we are also able to show resource utilization of all of these things as well, along with trends, right? So that is also a capability of device 42. So there is a question, can the tool also show the vulnerabilities or ports opened on the device with reference to CVEs? Great question, Saifi. So as we mentioned, this is not a vulnerability management platform. So we do not provide vulnerability management details as such. But again, I would urge you to integrate with your vulnerability management platform and bring in information from the SEIM platform into device 42, right? So to house it on the CMDB, we can certainly do that, but we do not provide any vulnerability information. But what ports are available, what are the ports that are available, physically on the machine is something we are able to provide, and we are also able to provide the port-to-port communication information as well.
Pratik, there is one more query from Sunil. Does it monitor IDRSC or ILO level?
Not really. It does not. Again, I'm really grateful that you're coming up with these questions. But what you have to understand is that this is not a monitoring tool, right? So whatever we are discussing here, the questions, all of these, if you look at it, it needs a constant monitoring. It needs a constant, you know, flow inside the environment, which you need to monitor all of these things, right? But device 42 is not a monitoring tool. It is a discovery tool. Okay, so you should come from that perspective of seeing this rather than a monitoring tool, right? It has monitoring capability, little bit of monitoring capabilities like resource utilization, disk IOPS, etc. All of these kind of stuff, which is point in time again, right? So it is not a real time monitoring, which we do. It is a point in time value that we provide. Does it also cover software, models, and publisher discovery information? From Manoj. Yes. So along with the hardware information, we also collect software information. So we do software license management, software modeling. How is the model created, right? Whether it's a perpetual model, subscription model, SaaS-based model, what type of model it is. We can cover all of that. Publisher information as well. We can also bring in end of life, end of support information for the softwares, right? And house it on the CMDB. We also get information on the last login information, if it is a SaaS, right? Who is the user and when did they last log in on the SaaS? So we are able to get that information as well. Software usage information is something which we have on roadmap. Metering and usage is something what we have on roadmap again. In the very near roadmap, we are really investing on it. And I'm supposing it will be up and running before 2027 is what we have in our vision. Perfect. Thank you. These were really great questions. I hope you keep the questions coming. Okay, there is one more question. You mentioned workflow from RMM for this functionality to work. Device 42 still remains agentless. Yes, Deepak. Deepak has asked this question. Yes, we predominantly suggest that our discovery should be from an agentless method, right? Unless the devices are really remote, they do not connect to the network, they're all over the place, and they don't have a connection at all with your network, right? Only then we would recommend agent-based discovery. Other than that, we will still remain agentless, and we can create workflows. We can use Fresh Service to create workflow. We can use our own device 42 also to create webhooks and create a workflow kind of stuff using this. So it will remain agentless. Hope I answered that question. Perfect. Hope you went through the tech stack that we cover, right? So we cover a huge tech stack. We go very deep into each of these things again, as such. So these are the use cases, right, where customers use us, and there are a lot of other use cases as well, but predominantly these are the use cases wherein they use us. So data center and cloud infrastructure management, as I said, wherein they can build rooms, rack layouts, bring into the cloud discovery completely on the same platform. So let's consider that they're using 10 servers, right? Only 10% of each of them, which is not a really good efficient usage, right, of the resources. So if they want to take a business decision of, hey, we have to move some of the applications make it only 5 servers, remove some 5 servers, and really save on capex, save on opex as such. They can take those kind of business decisions using the insights that we provide there. Okay. Moving to IT operations and CMDB management. So as I said, we can connect this to different platforms. Our own ITSM platform being Freshservice, which has a really extensive, immersive connect with it, a two-way connect basically with it, so that we can interact with it and we can get into the relationships of how everything is connected. So this will really help in change management, incident management, and reducing mean time to repair, right? We can also connect with other ITSM platform, other orchestration platforms as well, right? So like ServiceNow, JSM, etc. We have a built-in out-of-the-box integration uh, with them, right? So if at all you have any customer using ServiceNow as an ITSM platform, you can literally position them Device42 as a IT asset management platform. In fact, ServiceNow, they themselves use Device42 for their internal CMDB and application dependency mapping, right? So it's really good. We have a really good mapping platform. So really feel free to position it there.
And that is also a very economic proposition, commercially viable proposition. Because if you look at the commercials of ServiceNow asset discovery modules, those are very costly. Device42 comes at a fraction of that.
Yep, and it's very easy to implement as well. I mean, it will
Absolutely.
make Vikasji's work really easy, right? Instead of ServiceNow. Yeah. And you also have migration and modernization, right? So let's say the customer wants to migrate their workload from on-prem to cloud, or maybe one site to another site, or modernize their infrastructure. As I said, they want to optimize it, they want to modernize it into a newer technology platforms, etc. So here also the information that we provide really helps. We have something called Cloud Recommendation Engine, wherein they can input their applications or they can input what they want to move from on-prem to cloud, and it will provide you the information of the infrastructure that they have to keep ready on the cloud, right? So using this, they can create a TCO ROI report for each of the clouds, and they can try to see which cloud they can invest in so that they'll get more value. Okay. Perfect. There is a question, does it show certificates as an inventory on the servers and their expiry? Very, very good question, Saifi. Definitely, we are able to do discovery of certificates, right? So TLS, SSL certificates, we are able to do automated discovery, connected to the inventory that it is actually attached to. It will also provide when was it procured, when is the expiry date, what are the cipher suites inside that certificates, all of that information along with the CMDB.
And you can even set the notifications for the expiry dates.
Yep, that's correct. Perfect. And finally, your IT asset management is one of the use case, right? So wherein the customer has to know what is there, what is not there in their infrastructure. They have to make internal and external audits. They have to know the compliance, software compliance, hardware compliance, what is risky, what is not risky, all of these types of information. Does it provide information on EOS, EOL for hardware and software? Yes, it does provide, Manoj. That's a great question. It provides end of life, end of support information. I will also show that to you on the demo, how it provides. We also have something called warranty sync, right? Wherein you can sync the warranty from the vendor itself, which is specific vendors like, Dell, Lenovo, HP, Cisco, Meraki, all these specific, most used vendors, right? So we can directly bring in information from the PO itself, like when is the maintenance expiring, what is the type of maintenance that you have, support that you have on all of these equipments, right? So you're able to do that as well. Perfect. These are the use cases. Hope we are clear on the use cases. So I will not really, deep dive into each and every technology that we have, right? So I just wanted to give a glance of all the capabilities that Device 42 has. So hence I've created the slide, and I will be really sending you all of these slides, and hope this will really be useful for you when you go through this in a deeper manner, right? So what Device 42 does, on a basic level is CMDB. So we are able to provide a complete CMDB of hardware, software, ham, SAM, all of these things, right? So that is the basic capability of Device 42. Basic license which we provide comes with this capability. Okay. Um, so all of these information which I mentioned here, physical, software, location information, procurement information, network information, everything is actually provided as a CMDB here. Okay.
I think we also got a couple of questions in the Q&A.
Perfect. Cloud migration, do you also provide information of what VM to select on specific cloud platform? Exactly. Yes. Yes, we do provide information on what type of VM platform, what type of configuration that might be required, right? Like T2 micro, T2, T1 nano, etc. There are different types of configurations, right? That might be required. We do provide that information as well, analyzing the workload, so it might be depending on different types, right? They might select devices, they might select workloads, they might select business services, etc. So according to what they have selected to move from on-prem to cloud, we are able to analyze all of these things. So hope I answered your question, Deepak. The second question is, most of the time discovered inventory and available inventory has a mismatch. How do you address it, since it's a very debatable point? Completely understand that, Nitin, and I'm supposing you have used some of our competitors, right? And that is why this question is coming up, right? There is a lot of duplication, there is a lot of mismatch between the versions, etc., that they might be using, and you might be discovering on the platform, host names, etc., right? So this mismatch will never happen when you use Device 42, because Device 42 has a built-in algorithm that takes care of all of these reconciliation of data along with deduplication. I think Vikas ji can also add his
Sure.
experience and point here.
Sure. In fact, Nitin, this is one of the reason most of the consulting partners are using Device 42 for the assessment projects. We have been involved in many of those assessment projects in the past, wherein customers had similar kind of concerns related to their asset inventory or their CMDB. Okay, and these were large enterprise customers having thousands of data center assets, and we were able to run the assessment project for them and give them visibility and help them update their inventory 100%. That's one of the strength of Device 42.
Perfect. Hope we answered that question. There's one more question. Does it automatically identify and build business services, applications, hardware relationship maps, or it requires manual mapping? Amazing question, Manoj. I think this is really where we are also heading, right? So it automatically builds your application information, the connection of the hardware, relationships, etc., right? So there is no manual mapping required from this perspective, right? The hardware mapping automatically happens because we do service to service mapping. I will also be catering all of that with the slides here. I'm moving into that again. It will also do port-to-port communication, all of that. So we already know what port it is talking to, what type of protocol it is talking to in each of those services as well. So we are able to map that from an application perspective. Now, coming to business services, obviously we have to manually do that because we cannot decide a business service of a customer, right? The business service owner and the customer has to come together and decide the business services. So we provide all the application mapping, we provide all the application components. They have to bring that together and create a business service. And it is just a drag and drop methodology that we use for that too, right? It's not a very complex relationship building mechanism. So from the business level, business service perspective, that might be a manual mapping. but all the other application mapping, hardware relationship mapping, all of network mapping, all of this happens automatically. Perfect. Really excited, guys. A lot of really good questions which we are getting. I hope we keep this similar way, like this interactive, right? Great. So yeah, we provide CMDB as basic service, and then we provide application dependency mapping, right? So this is exactly what we were talking about, what I was talking about as well. So what is this? So if you can see here, we have taken a database server as a center point of that application, and we are seeing how the complete application is actually built, right? So we are able to see what are the things which are talking to what each other servers or what each other services, and we are also able to see that on a service level if you see here. And this, when you input this inside your fresh service, you are also able to create a complete business service mapping, which we were exactly talking about, right? So what services are connected to what servers, what endpoints, etc., and how are they connected? So we are able to map all of these visually, the complete relationship between applications, services, infrastructure components within your environment, so that we can very easily troubleshoot, plan to optimize, and ensure that the mean time to repair is taken care of. Okay. So when there is an incident or when something happens on fresh service, actually there is a pointer which points what is wrong as well. So for example, if there is an incident with respect to this server here, right? So it will point that this server has affected this service. Okay, so this will show up in red, and maybe this service affecting might also affect this service, right? So it will show up this also in red. So literally, you will be able to see all the services that are affected by the server by an incident, right? So this is really, really key and important for any organization to take measures. Okay, perfect. And this happens with our application dependency mapping, using our application dependency mapping. It's not really easy to do all of this, right? So there are a huge number of things that we have to take care of. Like there are different layers, different mechanisms, different types of things that we have to cater to when we have to do this mapping, right? So I've given all of these details, what are the things that are involved when you have to do an application dependency mapping. So if you are doing a technical deep dive into device 42, right, I would really urge you to go through all of these things, right? So I will send this across to you as a inside the thing which I send as well. Okay, there is a question. Application dependency mapping can be used for switching over to DR. Do you integrate with popular DR software? Great question, Deepak. So from what you have asked, I'm supposing that you want a failover failback mechanism, if I'm not wrong, right? If that is the case, no, we do not do a failover failback mechanism as such. I mean, as Vikas ji was really mentioning, right? So device 42 is not really like a migration tool or a tool which can actually act upon for migrating or failing over, failing back, etc. But what it can really tell is that, hey, is your production up and running, or is your production actually in work because you have not logged in or you have not worked on your servers, etc. from a long time, right? So that is the level of information it can provide. But for failing over and failing back, you might have to use different other softwares. Okay. Hope I answered that question. Perfect. Okay, that's not what I meant. Okay, could you type your query, Deepak? I'll try to in a depth manner. I will try to do it as and when I go. Okay, forward. Please do that. Okay. So we also have data center infrastructure management, right? So wherein you can like literally build the data center inventory that the customers have on their device 42 dashboard. So as you can see here, so they can build, how their racks are, set inside their environment. They can build the rack layout, and they can even get automated mappings of how their NICs to NIC connection is, PDU connection is, etc. Right? So all of these things can also be provided inside this data center infrastructure management module. And I think this is really, really a great module wherein none of our competitors can do this inside a single pane of glass, right?
On the earlier slide, there is one more question from Manoj. Does it do reconciliation and normalization to reduce data duplication?
Does it do reconciliation and normalization to reduce the data duplication? Yes. So as I said, Manoj, it has a built-in algorithm for reconciliation and normalization. It takes a lot of different matrices, not just the IP address or something like that, host name or something like that, right? So it considers IP address, host name, serial ID, UUID, different types of matrices, and literally like we can change this algorithm as well according to the requirements. It is all built in, and it is provided inside the tool itself. You don't have to again reconcile the data, normalize the data as such. Even if you integrate from multiple places, even if you are uploading it from your older CMDB export or something like that, right? The complete thing is actually taken care on the Device 42 platform.
Okay, there is a explanation by Deepak.
Perfect. I want to check whether your information provided by application dependency mapping can be used by a DR software, say like Azure Disaster Recovery, to identify what components to switch over when 100%. Yes, Deepak, great question. Yes, exactly. That is why we are providing this application dependency mapping, right? So if something fails, how they want to actually move to a disaster recovery, what are the components that they might have to switch over, and how would be a better way to switch that over? They will know all of these in hand in before itself, right? So this is exactly why we do the application dependency mapping, and this is one of the assessment which we can use that for. Correct. Perfect. Yeah, we were talking about data center inventory management, right? So yeah, exactly. We can do all of this on device 42. I will be showing this on the live as well. So you can see there, you hover on a graph, on basically a rack there, go inside that rack layout. You will get a complete rack layout of how everything is connected. And you can move from there to CMDB directly, right? So there is no very huge rocket science as such, where you have to connect everything, move from DCIM to CMDB, nothing like that. Very, very spontaneous and easy, right? Now, the business application mapping, which we were talking about, great questions that already came there, right? So we are able to map the business applications. So you can see how the relationship mapping is also shown, right? So app-to-app application relationships, that is also shown there, how one app is connected to another app, how one service is connected to another service, right? So all of these things are automatically shown on the dashboard as well. So there is a dashboarding capability on device 42 also, which we have built in. So I'll be showing you that too. Okay, so you can see there are business app components on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, there is the connections, basically, which are being portrayed there. Okay, this is happening from application perspective also and from infrastructure perspective also. Okay, perfect. So moving into these mappings, right? Again, so for example, this is a great information, right? So which really customer really appreciates, like, how is my storage connected to my server? Server will be in the front end. It will be doing computing. It will be doing all the computation of data, right? But the data will be stored inside NAS, SAN, or different types of storages on the back end, right? How is these connected together? If you want to get an overview, very easy on device 42, you can get it. We have really cool diagrams, mappings that we are able to provide automatically. Okay.
So this actually brings us the visibility up to the LUN level.
Exactly. LUN level, even the Q tree, even more deeper levels on the sub Q trees, B trees, etc., which are in different types of storage systems, right? To that level, what are the different zones available? What are the different mount points available inside those systems? A lot of things, right? Perfect. Moving into endpoint discovery, so we are able to discover endpoints as well, as I said, using our agents, using agentless discovery also if they are connected to the environment, or if they do not want to do all of these things, right? If they already have a system in place like SCCM, JAMF, or Intune, something like that, we are also able to discover from these directly, guys. And this is really, really useful in a lot of scenarios where I've seen. So they might be having Intune, they might be having JAMF. They don't want to induce any other agent. They want to discover directly. We can do that. Okay. It's a really, really great, good capability that we have. Perfect. We also have software asset management. As I said, we are able to map the softwares on which hardware actually it is sitting on. And not just that, from a software perspective also, we are able to see how much you have procured, how much is in use, see that for a compliance, compare that for a compliance report if they want to get, they can get all of that as well. If they can build dashboards too, I will show that how we can do that. There is one question. How are the non-IP assets handled in device 42? Can they be added and managed manually? 100% Sarang, they can be added manually. We have API bulk import export options, right? So we are able to use that and add the assets, or you can also add the assets on the GUI as well accordingly. However, that they want to manage manually. Okay. And one good thing about device 42 is we do not charge for non-IP assets. Okay. So there is no charge for non-IP assets at all, like your mouse pads, keypads, even tables and chairs sometimes, right? Customers are inventorizing that. We do not have any charge for that. It is for free. How is asset depreciation calculated in device 42? Is depreciation available on a daily basis or calculated only monthly? Great question. Asset depreciation has to be calculated using some of your other tools. For example, if you're using device 42 and Freshservice together, right? So there you are able to calculate the asset depreciation as such because you have an asset depreciation value that is combined with it. But if you want to use device 42 individually, you can set custom fields. There are custom fields wherein you can build the asset depreciation as such. And then you have to do that customized according to the customer. So initially you have to build that manually, and maybe then you can automate it later, is what I can say, right? There is no asset depreciation as such, which is built in on device 42. It's not a capability that we have, but you can use it via custom fields or with integration along with things like ServiceNow or Freshservice, etc. So we can do that in that manner. Perfect. Yeah, we were talking about software assets. These software assets I'm talking about also can be on cloud, right? So they can be from the IaaS, PaaS, or SaaS. We can discover all of these things as well. Okay. Perfect. We can also provide the comprehensive tracking, right? So as I said, it is not a real-time tracking or something like that, but it is point-in-time tracking or point-in-time usage that we are able to provide, right? So we are able to provide how much memory was used historically from this time to this time. So we can create graphs, we can create all these types of reporting where they want to use it for their compliance, audit, security risks, etc. Yep. There was a question around the certificates. We are able to discover that certificates automatically and provide all of that information on the CMDB. Perfect. So finally, right? So this is really important. Finally, like where do we place device 42? Where do we not place device 42? Or maybe consider it placing in later times, right? So that is what I've tabulated here. So what is the scope of opportunity for device 42? So it is an IT asset discovery platform, CMDB platform. Okay. So wherever you hear CMDB, we want asset management, CMDB, place device 42. Wherever you hear we want dependency mapping, we want migration assessment, right? We want to see how our applications are tied across. We want upstream, downstream connections for the infrastructure that we are using, right? Place device 42 there. Wherever you hear on-premise CMDB, always feel free and go ahead to place device 42 there. When the customer has data center infrastructure, when the customer mentions I have an hybrid IT or I have data center or even I have cloud infrastructure, right? Go ahead and place device 42. We are able to discover them really good with hybrid environment, get a lot of value when customer has hybrid environments, right? And especially data center. If you hear data center, place device 42 there because really helpful for those environments. Okay. And for IP asset management, basic software license management, like if they don't need usage of software usage that's right now, so you can place device 42 there as well. Okay. So who's the right people who we have to reach out to, right? So it should not be like a end user compute guy. It should not be like a IT admin who takes care of just the service desk or something like that, right? So it should be the head of IT. It should be the VP of infrastructure, the data center head or manager, ITAM director, right? Or ITIL lead, who leads the practice of IT asset management and ITIL lifecycle. So these types of personas is which you have to reach out to when you want to place device 42, because you have to give a high level holistic overview of how you have to bring their environment together, right? It's not just we want to do a very quick sale, we want to do a very small sale or something like that, right? So we have to give a vision for them. They have to have a vision in building their CMDB. So that is who you have to get to when you're talking about device 42. Is this on the GEM portal? When you say GEM portal,
That's government e-portal,
oh,
e-meeting.
government e-portal. Okay. I'm not supposing it is on the GEM
No, as
portal.
of now, we are not there in the
You're
GEM
not
portal.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But just to add, see, right, like if there is any asset management opportunity, we can still bid, because if any of you are empaneled on GEM, right, we can still bid with device 42, like how we are bidding with any other Freshworks products. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I think Samit
And we
has
will
a
provide Make in India manufacturing authorization letter, MAF, and all that. Whatever complaints documents, we'll support you with that.
perfect.
Right.
Samit has a great question. So how can an organization measure the business value of device 42 beyond asset inventory in terms of migration planning, audit readiness, and infrastructure optimization? I mean, that's really great question, right, Samit? Good question. So as I said, device 42 does not only provide you information of asset inventory, right? It also provides information of the compliances of those inventory. So what is the end of life, end of support, what is the risks that might be involved, what ports are open, right? Because of that, what are the risks that might be induced? I will show you some of the dashboards that you can use for all of these things. And this can also be used for audit readiness. For example, if there is an audit coming tomorrow, which has to give me the complete physical compute information, just with a click, I can do that, right? Similarly, if I want specific audit reporting, I will show how you have to build reports on device 42. It's very, very easy. You can use AI. There are different types of things where you can build this reporting. I will show you that. So for infrastructure optimization specifically, we provide resource utilization information, as I said, trends of that, which will be really useful for them to see how my resource is being used, where is the peak, where is the median, and how can I better use my resources accordingly, right? So this is how we can provide all of these things. Perfect. How does the agentless discovery work if an endpoint cannot be reached across the network at all? What happens if the target machines are air-gapped, and can device 42 tell the exact time asset shutdowns? Very good question, Niranjan. I think I will cater to these questions in my next slide, and I hope I'll answer your question that time. Okay. I will answer it live. Please wait. Exactly. This is my slide now, right? So this is the architecture of how device 42 works. So if you understand the architecture, I think you will be understanding this pain point, right? So let's say the customer has a data center and a DR. Okay. So we are really able to deploy remote collector, which is basically like an entity inside these.
இந்த ஒரு சேஞ்ச் மட்டும் பண்றீங்க ஜி. ஏன்னா வந்து அவர் வந்து அதை வந்து ரெடிங்டன் வந்து பே பண்ணிருவாங்கங்கிற.
Ram, can you mute? Yeah. So we are able to induce something called as remote collectors. So this remote collector and Windows Discovery Service are basically like the query engines, right? It is VMs which sit on their hypervisor inside their environment, and they will query information from all of their infrastructure using different protocols. Okay. So they will query all the information, they will get all the information and push them to the main appliance. Again, this main appliance can be on their inside their infrastructure if they want to keep it, or if they want to keep it on the cloud that they have, they can do that. All these types can be done. So this main appliance, basically their CMDB, okay, their golden copy of where everything will be stored, right? So this main appliance here, this is again a VM. So if it is on cloud, it will be provided on an EC2 like an infrastructure as a service, right? So really what you can do is, if there is an air-gapped environment also, you can do a offline discovery inside the local infrastructure. You can do an offline discovery through the remote controller and Windows Discovery Service, store that data here, and at regular intervals, you can push that to the main appliance. Okay. So even for an air-gapped environment, we are able to do the discovery. We have done discovery for air-gapped environment. Like literally US Air Force, US Navy, federal agencies, NASA, all of us are using us, right? So there are a lot of air-gap environments which we have catered to. No issues. Let's say if there is a laptop, or if there are endpoints which do not connect to the network at all, they are completely remote, or they're even bring your own device, right? In such scenarios, we also have agent-based discovery. We can deploy agents on them, and they'll directly dial into the main appliance. Okay. The agents are hard-coded. You don't have to create coding for the agents, nothing as such. You just have to deploy them using a scheduler or intervals of time. That's it. It will automatically get that information to the main appliance. Okay, for the agents also, we have offline discovery. So if you want to discover everything offline on a remote collector, and then at regular interval, you want to append it to the main appliance, you can do that. So everything is completely possible. Okay. Hope you understood the architecture. Hope everything is fine here. Right. So we have a multiple layer, again, security here as well, even if it is on premise, right? So this is also on premise. This is also on premise, but still we have kept remote collector and Windows Discovery Service, which will be talking to the infrastructure using protocols and then sending it to the main appliance using 443. Okay, double layer of security there as well. So what is the prerequisite, Prateek? How can we discover this? Is the prerequisite that they have to keep the ports open for remote collector, because they will use these protocols in order to speak to the remote collector. So we will need ports to be open, and we will need credential. So when I say credential, it can be a service account credential, domain account credential, or even admin credential that they are possibly okay to give to the remote collector, right? So if they give that, we are able to do in-depth analysis of their complete environment. So hope you are all okay with the architecture and infrastructure and all of these things. If everything is fine, then I'll very quickly move into the demo, because we don't have much time left. Before moving into demo, I just wanted to address some of these things, right? So I've included what are the protocols that we use, what are the ports that have to be open for the protocol, where are the things hosted, all of these things as well for your requirement for deep technical analysis, right? So you can go through this once I send the document. I've also mentioned what are the integrations that is available for with Device 42 out of the box. And we can integrate with literally any tool that provides open APIs, right? So that is also a possibility. But I've also given an overview of where we have out of the box integrations. Perfect. Competitively, as I said, Device 42 is a integration of all of these tools, right? So we might be jack of all, right? But we are master of few. We are definitely master of a lot of things that none of the other competitors can be doing, right? So for point products, for creating a complete CMDB, asset discovery, and dependency mapping, if you have a holistic CMDB that you want to create, a holistic environment wherein you want Device 42 to be a point of contact to rely on, that is where Device 42 comes into picture. Okay. I've also given you a detailed analysis of the competitors, a lot of competitors that I've tabulated, and what are the really good things that we have, and how can we position ourselves better when we see the competitors, right? I've given all these analysis as well for you to go through. Okay, now this is really important. So ideal customer profile, right? Where do you position Device 42? What are the industries that you can target Device 42 for, right? So you can really target all of these industries, even including government sectors, hospitality, manufacturing sectors, etc. Right? So I think really we have had great success stories in the past few months. We started penetrating in Indian market only in 2026. Okay, really, and we have a really good customer base and success, big win stories, etc., which we already have built with all these types of industries. So I think the ideal customer profile would be wherein they have 500 to more than 500 employees. We can go up to lakhs of employees as well. Device 42 is built for enterprise customers. So you don't have to think, do we fit in lesser market, SMB market, mid market, or something like that. We are built for enterprise customers. Okay, they might have lakhs and lakhs of devices. We are doing a 2 lakh device assessment right now, right? A very big assessment. We have done 40,000, 50,000, 80,000 device count deal already. So it's up and running, right? So we are really enterprise built. We can be placed in enterprise environments.
Even we also got some of the data center vendors who are using Device 42 to manage their own inventory as well as CMDB rather.
Yep. Perfect. I've also provided information here so that you can go through. And I've also provided information on where you should actually focus, right? Like what is the qualification criteria? Where can we really win with really ease, right? So where there is large number of assets, complex IT infrastructure, as I said, where there is ITSM, but there is no advanced discovery, right? So they are having good ITSM, but they don't have a good infrastructure, IT asset management, which is of no use, wherein they have less value out of their ITSM actually, which they are getting, right? So all these are different types of scenarios where you have to focus on, and you are able to place device 42.
That's probably one of the most common pain area for CTOs. They got the ITSM in place, but the assets or the CMDB is not up to date, or it's not 100% reliable, which causes the issue or delay in ticket resolutions. So
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and I think networking also. Monitoring also, right? They might be having multiple monitoring tools here and there, but it is not a valid CMDB tool, right? It does not provide the guarantee that it has shown you all the assets in the accurate manner.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. Perfect. Why should the partners consider device 42? Because we provide multiple departments, value to multiple departments, so that you can also penetrate into different departments, right? So you can talk to higher stakeholders, you can get visibility into better departments, so that you are able to go into each and every segmentation of the customer very easily. And the second thing is, POC, right? So we do a POC for free, and we also train you to do a POC, right? So we have trainings, we have infrastructure that Vikas ji also can help you to provide and gain confidence on. We can provide NFR licenses if need be, for you to get hands-on practice for device 42. You can deploy it in your environment, your data center, and maybe try it out, right? So you can do all of that. For customers as well, you can pitch in POC, where we will do structured POC along with you on the front end, right? So you can take the front end, we will help you to do that POC for the customer and win the customer, right? Finally, we have a 80% close rate. Wherever we have done POC, we have closed that deal 80%, right? Like if 100 deals we have worked on POC for, 80 deals we have definitely closed, right? Perfect. I'll move into a demo. We have taken enough time for all of these going deep into the product itself. Thank you so much for bearing with me all this time. I hope this was interesting, and I really liked all the questions that you have asked. So I will be moving into the demo. Okay.
And stay tuned post the demo. There is also a quiz, and the first 5 scorers, there are some vouchers which Vikas announced in the beginning. So stay tuned, post the demo. We'll go on to the quiz.
Yep. We'll be going through a very high-level overview of demo. I won't take you in a very deep manner today, right? So if you want a deep demo, or if you want deeper technical expertise, you can definitely get in touch with Vikas ji any day, and we can all have sessions, or as I said, licenses, etc. that is arranged for you, right? So we can do all of that. So I'll take you through a high-level demo. Okay. So this is the main appliance that we are talking about. I showed you the reference architecture diagram, right? Wherein I showed you main appliance, and this is exactly the main appliance. Okay, it has a GUI, and you are able to build what you want. You are able to build your dashboard. I will also show you that for the welcoming. You have a search bar wherein you can search anything, and it will provide you the complete bifurcated information of CIs. Okay, whether it's a device, whether it's PO, vendor, everything. It bifurcates everything and provides you, which is a really good thing, which none of our competitors do that, right? So it's really hard to do this. So consider this as a Google for the internal CMDB.
I have addressed that.
Okay, perfect. So what I'll do is I'll begin from the data center, okay, move into the data center and move into a server, move into the VM, move into software and all of these things, right? So I'll show you as much as possible around, okay? So everything here begins with a discovery, as I said, okay? So let's consider that customer wants to discover their Windows environment, right, today. So they just go here, they just create a discovery job. Okay, tell that this is the Windows discovery job. Okay, and connect it with a remote collector, say Windows, and they can give their complete CIDR range or individual IP addresses, FQDNs, whatever it is, right? So they can do that. And if they are using AD, we are able to bring in information from AD as well. No issues. Okay, so once you do this, you are able to see here, we are able to bring in ADM sampling information, which is application dependency mapping up to 30 minutes and resource utilization up to 5 minutes, right? So which is almost near real-time resource utilization, guys. So even if we are doing agent-less IT discovery, I think bringing such level of information is really tough, right? So we are able to do that. So once they give that, they have to give the credential. So as I said, it can be an administrator credential or the service account credential with specific access privileges they want to give. They can definitely do that. Now, once they do that, they can schedule this discovery, as I said, multiple times in a day, one time in a day, according to the requirement of the customer. Okay. Once this is done, everything gets automated. You will get information updated at these point of time every day on the CMDB. It gets automatically updated. All the when I say all the information, even the connection information, port-to-port communication, all of these get automatically updated, right? You don't have to update anything manually. And that's it. That's it. That's how you create a job, as easy as that. Okay. Similarly, you can create jobs for different things. So for cloud, you can create jobs for SNMP is basically for your network devices. For storage arrays, there is a different job which you can create. So there are different jobs that you have to create initially when you're setting up device 42. That is the only manual thing that you would be doing. Okay, there is a question from Deepak. User endpoints not in domain and might have different admin passwords. Our auto discovery still works. Great question. As I said, if they are not in domain and they do not have an admin password or they might have different passwords, right? They might not have a common password. In such scenarios, I would go ahead with an agent-based discovery, right? So we have agents. The agents are hard-coded. So you can download the agents, induce it into the infrastructure of the customer. You don't need a admin password or anything like that for that. It will automatically discover and pull in information. Perfect. Moving into the, I'll move in from the, as I said, I'll move from the data center. So if you can see there is a hierarchical infrastructure that we have built for data center, right? Buildings, rooms, racks. So you're able to see they can create all their buildings. Inside their buildings, they are able to create multiple rooms. Okay. When you go inside one of the room, they are literally able to create their complete data center infrastructure on device 42. Okay. You can see here that this is the entry for the room, this is the door, and they come to the floor, and this is how the floor is. Okay, these are all the floor tile, and this is how all the setup is actually, racks are actually stacked up. Okay, if you go on one of the rack, you are also able to see the complete information of the rack. Okay, and you are also able to go to that rack layout as well. Okay, So if you see here, if you click on the layout of the rack, you just click on it, you are able to go to that rack layout. Okay, things are automated here also, other than, you have to fill the racks. So for example, if you see here, if I want to add something, all devices are already, discovered here. They just have to take this device and they have to add it inside the rack wherever they want. That's it. Right? So it is automated. And once you add everything inside the rack, right, you also get connection information automatically. Because device 42 already knows where your network is connected, how is it connected, what are the NIC connections. It already knows everything, right? So you just have to place them inside the rack and boom, you get the connections. Okay, so this is very, very useful for a network engineer who maybe goes, or an implementation engineer who maybe goes on site to the data center. They want to do some cable management, right? They want to do some PDU management. They can really understand where their NIC is, getting created, where is it connected? Is it connecting to some other rack? How every connection is working. So they can literally see everything very, very easily on device 42. The device 42 also has a mobile version. So if they go into the data center and they open their mobile and log into device 42, they can see this on the mobile version as well. Mobile optimized web version, basically. Okay. So they can bring in information again from their, as I said, from their data center. They can bring in information of power charts, sensors, etc. If they're using, smart sensors, etc., they are able to bring in those information as well, which is very, very tough to bring in, and not our competitors really don't do all of these things, right? If you see here, you are able to see how the in feeds and out feeds are actually, power drops are actually being used, which is a really great information. I don't know if it will populate here or not, but just don't consider the demo instance as such. But all the graphs will get populated here, basically, right? So you will get all the power draw information, how power draw has been from trending from a long time. So you will get all that information here. Okay, very deep insights, very deep information from the data center inventory management perspective. Okay, moving into the resources, I will get all my resources here tabulated. So if you see here, it is automatically bifurcated. So people were asking on the, I think on the Q&A, does it get bifurcated? It definitely gets bifurcated automatically, right? So you can see here, network devices, compute devices, storage devices, databases, containers, services, OSs, software. Everything is bifurcated automatically. Okay, I'll show you a record. I think maybe I'll move from the room itself, right? So if you see here, I'll come here. I will show you how seamless it is, right? So this is a DCIM, which I was talking about. So if I go into a rack, I can click on a server. I can see that, hey, this is the server and these are the information of the servers, okay? It's a PowerEdge server. It's a VMware-based ESXi server, okay? If I click on this, boom, it will take me to the CMDB. Okay, as seamless as you can get. Moving from one module to another module, I think in our competitors, really, really tough to get these type of integration, right? I mean, this is not even an integration. It's a built-in capability that we have on the tool, right? So very easy. So as you can see here, it tabulates all the things, hardware information, asset tags, information, connection states, CPU, memory, hard disk, OS information with end of life, end of support, which we were talking about. Okay. So all of these information is automatically bought in. There are custom fields. So if you want to use custom fields, there are 70 plus custom fields built in on this. If you want to build your own custom field, you can do that as well. Okay. Perfect. Moving into asset lifecycle, you are able to maintain the complete asset lifecycle. If you connect this with your ITSM tools, you can bring in bidirectional information from there also. Like if somebody has given a laptop to someone else and they have registered a ticket, that information flows in here, and it will be changed to the inventorized in other's name, basically. Okay. Along with, as I told, you can also maintain purchase order information. So this contract is coming from Dell. It also tells me what is the start date, what is the end date. So we have warranty sync, which can bring all this information automatically. All the parts information, mount point information, where is it connected, how much usage of that mount point is happening, that resource utilization also you would be getting here, all of that information. So one good thing, again, as I said, so you can see that this is a physical host and there are 30 VMs on this host. You are able to see that correlation as well, right? And if you want to see the network correlation, you are also able to see that. Just click on impact charts here. You are able to build a complete network mapping automatically. So as you can see, this ESXi is connected to one of the NIC, and that NIC is connected to a Juniper WAN, wide area network, right? Similarly, it is connected to one of the other NIC, and through a firewall, it is connected to a top of the rack switch. Okay, so all of these come automatically to you just by discovery. You don't have to do anything at all. Okay, perfect. Then moving into one of the VMs here. Also the certificates which we were talking about. So you can see that this is a certificate. When is it valid from? When is it valid to? Serial numbers and all the cipher suite information is also there. Okay, perfect. Moving into one of the VMs here. So let me take this good VM which we have. Someone did something with the VM. Oh, perfect, it's here. Okay. So you can see that, there is a VM and this VM is hosted on this. So you can again go back to that host. If you want to click, you will go to this other, it has been hosted to other, we have moved the VM from one host to another. So that's why the confusion, right? So that's fine. So this is the host where it is, right? You can see all of that information. It's a virtual type VMware, serial number, UUID, all that basic information is already there. Again, OSS, end of life, end of support, all that information, okay? Along with the software. It shows me that this VM has 160 softwares in use, till version level, patch level information, and end of life, end of support also. All of that information is available here. I can also click on topology and get to know the information of how this is connected, right? So this is what I mentioned. You are able to see how the devices are connected. So this is the, database server, and these are some of the other web servers. How are they connected together? What are the instances that are talking inside? We are able to make that out because we listen to the ports, port information, services, etc. Right? So we are able to do that mapping very easily. Okay, now if you want an upstream, downstream information as well, that is also provided here. So you just go to application group. You see that, hey, this is my database. How is this connected to a web server, right? So you can see here on the right-hand side, you can see from a service perspective how it is connected. And when you click on this, you are also able to see the complete upstream downstream connection. Okay, this is something really unique. None of the tools provide this in the market. Automatically, all of this is happening automatically, right? So we are not intervening manually anything at all. It happens automatically. It provides all this information just using the discovery job that you have created. Okay, perfect. And there are huge, heavy, very good things that you can do from device 42 from the reporting perspective, right? So for example, I will show you a couple of reports. So I've done a USEOL report here, right? So which tells me that I've basically created a code. You might feel, hey, do I have to create a code for writing, creating report? Yes, and I will show you how very easily you can do that. Okay. So what I've done is I've taken the end of life, end of support dates of the OSS, marked anything that is as critical, which has less than 60 days. Between 60 days to 100 days, moderate, and then more than 100 days low, as low. Okay. This is the criteria that I've created. And once I create the report here, once I click on the report here, you are able to see it has defined me all the devices, OSS on that device, end of life, end of support, how many days left, it has calculated it, and it has given me criticality. Okay, very easy for you to create this. How easily you can create this? Through AI, right? So we have something called Insights AI. So what I did was I just give me all the device and OS, UOS, UL information along with new column on how much days left for EOS, UL. So I'll just give this. I'll not give the criteria and all. I've also added the criteria, right? If it is 60 days, add this. If it is, I've given this criteria as a prompt. Boom. Once you do this, you will get the code, which I showed you. This code. Okay, so you don't have to code. You don't have to do anything at all. Standard reports, there are guided reports also, which you can automatically create. Okay, like through rows and columns. As I said, so the guided report, select the object, what you want, assets. Okay, what do you want in assets, select the columns. You can do this. Or if you want to do through the Docker query, create Docker query, paste the query from here. Okay, see if it is proper. Looks fine for me. Copy the Docker query from here. That's it. Okay. So this is how easy it is to create a report and publish this report as such. And not just this, we also have Insights Plus, which I was talking about, which is our built-in dashboarding capability, right? There are 60 plus dashboards, which is automatically built for the customer by the discovery itself. So you don't have to do anything to build this, right? 60 plus dashboards, which is built automatically. Okay, this tells me, for example, this tells me how my inventory is according to different types, hardware models, according to storage arrays, according to compute, a lot of things, according to location. All of this happens automatically, guys. I think this is where you really provide the value. For example, as I said, for audit, if they want infrastructure analysis, right? Boom, they just go to that. They get everything automatically. The compute location, compute inventory, when was it added, by location, all of that information, network information, port-to-port communications. They get everything very, very easily. Okay.
And each user can custom define their own dashboards as per their profile and their needs.
Yep, exactly. See, we have created that according to that type of persona itself, right? So for compliance and audit, different types of dashboards. For IT service delivery, different dashboards, etc. You can also create your own dashboard. That is completely fine. You can add the standard report, which I showed you. into the dashboard. You can bring all of that. So for example, I'll show you, I've created so many dashboards here, right? So I will show you a dashboard which I created for cloud. Okay. So what I did was I went ahead and I created a cloud infrastructure dashboard wherein I wanted to know how much cloud resources I'm using, right? So it tells me these much resources, these many accounts, regions, what are the clouds you're using, what are the resources types you're using, everything in a single dashboard. I just have to export it, or I can also add it to my reporting, get reporting each and every day, etc. Right? So I can do that very easy. And if I want to go very deep inside it and see, hey, how my Kubernetes is connected inside each of these providers, right? Very easy. This is my account. This is my region. Inside this region, I have so many Kubernetes clusters. Inside those Kubernetes clusters, these are the nodes, and they are connected to these namespaces, right? So very, very easy for you to do all of these things. Very important for an infrastructural team to get, use this for auditing, use this for different types of management purposes, right? So all of this is really easy to do here. Perfect. With that, I'm done with my demo. I hope with the small time that we had with the restricted demo, which we did, hope I was able to provide you clarity on how this works and how this will help the customers. Any Q&A, we are happy to cater to that. If not, then we'll try to move to the quiz. Thank you.
Okay, let me just share the link for you to join the
Once
quiz.
again, there is a question as shown in the architecture. Do I have to route all these scans directly through the main appliance every time? What if we have segmented subnets, DMZs, or separate data centers? Yes, exactly, Niranjan. So as I said, it's not the main appliance. Main appliance is the hub, right? So you have remote collectors and WDS, which will be induced into these segments or subnets. So remote collectors have to be placed inside the segments, and they will talk to the main appliance and provide all the information. Hope that is clear. So RCs will be behind your firewall, okay, not the main appliance. Main appliance also will be behind firewall in one central location. Can we restrict an application from running endpoint or a server? Can we restrict an application from Understood, Deepak. So if you're talking about, do you want to restrict application from running on the endpoint or the server? What we can do is we can mention that this software is prohibited on the system. Whenever you get the prohibited software, you have to webhook into your RMM tool and remove that application. So you cannot remove it directly through device 42. You have to use your RMM tool. Hope that answers the question.
There's something in the chat.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. I think Ram has shared the menti.com link on the chat. Please join. There are good incentives if you get this quiz right. Don't miss that.
What's the
Please
time frame, Ram? How much time do we have to respond?
no, because I'm going to moderate this, so we'll go question by question. So I'm just waiting for. We have close to 30 people, so I'll just give a couple of more minutes as and when people join, we'll start it. Just hold on.
Yeah, we can hold on for a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
There is one more question. Does that keep the trails of configuration change on the network and servers? Saifi, yes, it does. Especially if you connect to the ITSM tools, it will definitely do from there as well. If not, we also have audit logs inside device 42 itself, wherein it will keep all the track of information on whatever the change that has happened inside the network or the servers.
We have close to 15 joined. Let me get started.
No, I think we will have to wait a bit. Guys, I'm
See, there is
pasting.
also a QR code here. If you're unable to click the link, you can use the QR code on the screen
Yes,
to
please do
scan
that.
and come.
Guys, don't miss out on the quiz. It's an interesting one. You got an opportunity to win $50.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Ram. You can moderate.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let me just start the quiz. So the thumb rule here is right, like there is a timer for every question. So even if everybody clicks the right answer, the one who clicked it first, right, like will get a higher points than the others. So that's where it's a time bound as well as whoever scores the right. So don't also rush because there might be some options which you'll have to read through all options to select. So please do not rush, but at the same time, right, like please be cautious of the time to click because, right, like that is something which will differentiate the point with respect to the correct answers, though multiple people select the right answers. Okay, so let us get started. Let's get into, there are going to be 10 questions. Okay, so let's start with the first questions. Okay. Time is going, time up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please click it if you are not. Yeah, so it's good. So Pratik, 20 of them
Yeah,
has picked the right
that's
option,
great.
which
That's
is
great.
really good. Yeah. So let's just see the leaderboard for the first question. The fastest was Shubham.
Wow, that's very close.
Yeah,
Okay.
still others you have option to catch up. Let's go to the second question. Core capabilities of device 42. Yes, it was a bit tricky. The people who chose agentless IT and CMDB is right, but there were all three options and all the above. So device 42 can do agentless ID discovery, CMDB, and ADM. Yeah. The fastest for this question is, I guess, Siddhartha. Oh, Siddhartha now top the leaderboard. Nice. Let's move on to the third question.
Device 42 provides a unified view of IT infrastructure across which of the platforms? Perfect. That's great to see a lot of you answering the right question, right answer.
Let's go to the leaderboard. Prabhat was the fastest for this question. Nice. Let's move on to the next question. Which discovery methods are supported by device 42?
I think we saw that in the architectural diagram. If you had seen that with attention, I think you're able to get the answer.
Yes, all the above. Yeah. SNMP, WMA, SSH, and REST APIs.
Perfect.
Who's this PAN 3R? Probably you can just put your name on the chat for us to track. That would be easier. Let's move on to the next question. Which statement best describes device 42's discovery approach?
Yep, I think multiple people had asked that question, so we had given this answer as well.
Yeah, almost everyone answered. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, agentless automated discovery to collect infrastructure data.
Very good.
It's the top 5 is remaining as it is. Let's see how this is continuing.
We are halfway through, so guys, you still have a chance to the leaderboard.
Yes.
We have touched this up in the use case slide. We also talked very deep in each of the segments. So hope you recollect that.
Yes. I talked
Perfect.
about DCIM, then cloud migration planning and software license. All of these are very common use cases. Yeah, let's just move on to the next question. Last four questions.
Integrations. We also touched
There's
upon
also a lot of
different
queries
slides.
around this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You're right. I see this as a very powerful question and takeaway because customer, irrespective of being in any ITSM platform, and if they need a robust item, if they're just looking at replacing, we still have this option because device to supports lot of integrations with respect to some of the top players in ITSM outside of even Fresh Service, which is our own native ITSM platform. So that's where it gives flexibility for you to position this as a standalone ITAM solution.
True, very true.
A small change in the top, but yeah. Yeah, let's move on. Last three questions. So Freshworks overall, what also? This was covered by Nitesh prior to Pratik.
Yep, we are talking about how acquisition Device 42 has brought in the capabilities for us, and we also touched upon the complete tech stack. Nitesh did that. So,
Oh, wow. Full house. Nice.
Yes, so my slide was impactful.
Yes. Yes. Last two questions.
yeah, you all know what options to choose. Device 42 is like water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fits in any
Yes.
tumbler that you put. So, hopefully.
Okay. So Device 42 is an on-prem offering and it can be integrated with any ITSM tool. In the second statement, right, like Device 42, we have brought in a cloud offering within Fresh Service as a module, which is advanced ITAM that is available. But what is wrong is device for it is only on cloud. So that's the wrong thing, and also can be integrated with only Fresh Service. That's also not the thing. So basically, right, like if there is a BFSI use case where you wanted an on-prem asset management device for it to fits in, there is a customer who is looking for a complete cloud-based ITSM ITAM. That also we have the module within Fresh Service.
Yep.
Oh, Shubham, Aman.
Morning is coming up.
Yes. Okay. We'll go to the last question.
Let's make the best out of this question.
Yeah. I'm sure everybody will make it right for this question because this is just the summary of the entire session that happened. Oh, wow. Nice. So the final leaderboard is going to be here. Let's see if there are any changes. Oh, okay. So yeah, let's just take a screenshot.
Panther has won. We don't know whose Panther is, but yeah.
Yeah, Panther, please, you have to ping your email address or name. Otherwise, right, like we'll not be able to identify you. Then otherwise we'll have to choose Prabhat, Sarang, Niranjan, Srijit, and Siddhartha. If Panther, if you can tell, then probably the first five. Panther, Prabhat, Sarang, Niranjan, and Srijit will make it. Okay. Yeah. So these five would be getting this voucher, and yeah, because if you want to just summarize this, then yeah. let's just have your one slide and we'll close this session.
Sure. Let's go ahead with that. So,
Yes.
okay, anyways, I don't have.
Vikas, you want me to
Yes,
share my?
Nitesh, please,
Yeah,
please.
please.
I'll just do that. Sorry, my. Yeah,
Just we have just last one slide. Just hold
sure.
on. We'll wrap with that. Yeah, Nitesh, please share it.
Yeah, sure. I'm just sharing it. Yes, Vikas.
Yes, guys. So many of you know these reasons, but yes, if you still want to know why Sectonics now for device 42, whatever assistance you need, you can expect it from Sectonics, whether it is lead generation assistance, wherein you want us to help you run the call out sessions, or you want us to help you design some EDM templates, or run some joint EDM activities or joint marketing activities. We can assist you in those. Sectonics can also help you in early qualification of your leads, so that you don't end up spending time in wrong opportunities, or that's where we are good at. And also help you in terms of right positioning of the solution in those opportunities. Okay. Deal registration, certainly you can just put us across an email with the requirement details, and we'll make sure that the deal reg is taken care of for you on your behalf. Okay. In terms of the technical or as well as the commercial assistance, we have a team here. The sales team sitting across regions. There is Abhishek, there is Ram Prasad. You can get in touch with them for the commercials, as well as for technical. We do have technical team available here. Niranjan is there. Then there are other team members, Aftab, Ajay, and all, who can help you in terms of solution designing, implementation, POC, whatever assistance, whether it is a pre-sales assistance or a post-sales assistance. Our team is qualified, certified on Device 42 to assist you in all these areas. Okay. Yeah, and other thing what we do for most of our partners, those who are working very closely with us, we also do share qualified opportunities from our side, because we do certain amount of lead generation activities from our end. So we do forward those opportunities to partners who are working in a focused manner with us. Okay. And yep, apart from that, the last point on that presentation, Nitesh, I just lost the presentation slide. The last point is any deal that you bring within this calendar year rather, okay, till December 31st, 2026, you will get 10,000 rupees bonus from Sectonics. Only thing is you need to get the PO. We need to receive the PO before 31st, and we need to be in a position to invoice it before 31st, by 31st of December. And the payment should be collected, uh, bonus should be disbursed only after 100% collection. So that's one big thing which you can actually look at. For each and every deal, you can earn 10,000 bonus. Okay. So it's not just for the first deal. If you are bringing 10 device 42 opportunities, or if we are, invoicing 10 customers before 31st of December, you get 10,000 each. So you get 1 lakh rupees bonus there from Sectonics, over and above whatever margin you make in the deals. Okay, so I believe these are good enough reasons for you to move ahead with Sectonics, right? And yeah, what next? I look forward for deal registrations from your side. I'm sure after this long 2 hour session, wherein Pratik has went through all the features, capabilities, and also through the product demonstration, you must have come across some of the opportunities in your mind. Right now, you must be thinking where you want to put it, position it. Send us across those details, and will help you evaluate those opportunities, will also do the deal registration for you. uh, if you want to take device 42 as a focus solution, add to your portfolio, let us know. We'll be happy to discuss one-on-one GTM with you. We can visit, myself, Nitesh, we can jointly visit your office. We can sit with you. If you're in Delhi, Abhishek and Sumit can come and meet you in person, and we can have a detailed GTM discussion for your team. Okay. Uh, if you want us to help you in terms of your sales enablement, pre-sales enablement, we can conduct one-on-one training sessions for your teams as well. Okay. So anything you need, feel free to reach us out. Your local Sectonics resources across the regions. Okay. Send us an email, or maybe you can just put us a WhatsApp, and we'll be able to take it forward. So with that, I would like to thank all of you for being so patient and giving 2 hours of your valuable time for today's session. And I would also like to thank Nitesh, Pratik, and Ram for conducting this session and making it so exciting. Uh, and thanks everyone for participating with your queries. Okay, your queries really made this session interactive, and I believe all of you got fair understanding of where to pitch and what business you can expect out of Device 42. Right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you
Nitesh,
so
Ram,
much.
you want to add some last words?
No, we are looking for the collaboration and taking ahead with the next steps. So whoever is very keen on building a GTM, let us know. We'll have one-on-one connects. And there are also some incentive programs for opportunity generation, closure. Let's take it ahead. Looking forward to this. Thank you so much. And thanks, Pratik and Nitesh, for a great session. Pratik, your session was very effective, and it was evident from the quiz outcome. So thanks for a great session.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have
Thank
a
you,
great
everyone,
day.
for your
Thank you, Vikas ji.
participation
Thanks,
and
everybody.
partnerships. Thank you.
See you. Bye bye.